Right then guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. I hope you're all doing well. I'm alright. I am in desperate need of a haircut, but other than that I'm fine. And the fact that we are still waiting for a certain announcement, but God knows what's going on with that. So we'll talk about something else, something very exciting. The fact that the Premier League is on its way back and we now have the release of the fixtures. Now, I actually read this last night. I think it was The Independent had published it, and then all through this morning I've been reading it on various newspapers and stuff. And then as it happens, just as I was sitting down to do this video, the BBC, the Premier League have all now released the fixtures themselves as well. So, we'll start things off. The Premier League, we knew it was coming back, and we knew who the first two games would be, and that is Wednesday night, 17th of June. We have the times for them now. So the first game back is 6 o'clock, Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. And then at 8:15, Man City versus Arsenal, which is certainly not a bad way to get things up and running again. Arteta return to Man City, Arteta versus Pep, so very interesting. And I mean, there is 92 games to be played across a 6-week period. So as you can imagine, there is going to be a lot of games. And just before we get into the full list, to give you a flavour of that, games are going to be on Saturdays at 12:30, start again. Saturdays at 12:30, 3 o'clock, 5:30, 8 o'clock. Sundays at 12, 4, 4:30, 7. Mondays at 8. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And potentially Friday night games at 8 o'clock. So that is every day of the week. If you, by any chance, aren't a football fan but are watching this video anyway, I would suggest you go and hide for 6 weeks somewhere without a television or a radio, because this is mad. There is going to be so much football going on. We know how the games are going to be spread across the television as well. Sky Sports have got 64 games. 24 of them are free. I'm just having a look through here, and I don't think it's openly specified which of those games are free at the moment. Because there are some games on at the same time. Some BT have got a few, Sky Sports have got a few. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to put the link in the description. I might have a go at trying to get them alongside me at some point in this video, and we'll go into it a bit later. But I will put the link down below. Be sure to go and take a look at it yourself. BT have got 20 games. BBC have got 4 games. The first time ever the Premier League will be shown on terrestrial telly, or the BBC. And then Amazon have got 4 as well, and that's free. So we are getting 32 games for free out of the 92. So around a third of the games are being put on for free, which is obviously a good thing. The big thing about the Premier League coming back is it's a big boost for all the football fans, the morale around the country, trying to get back to some normality, and being able to watch a significant chunk for free is a big thing. And just before we do get into the fixtures, there's been talk about potential changes coming for the return of the Premier League. And a lot of it's based around the fact that the players are coming back from, to be honest, I know that the players will have been training at home hard on their treadmills and in their home gyms, but it's not training in a competitive environment to now basically playing a game every 3 days. As I mentioned, there's a lot of football. So what they have done is they have now introduced 5 substitutions a game, which I think is a big thing. I mean, Steve Bruce, the Newcastle manager, he said he wanted at least 6 weeks training before the return, and he's had 3. He's going to get 3-ish. So there is a big difference there. I think the thing with 3 substitutions I quite like, because it gives it a bit of tactic behind it. Whether it's right or wrong and all that kind of thing, because if someone's injured and you can't bring a player on, it's not great. But then it does also add to the whole tactic of it. I think with 5 substitutions, hopefully that should be more than enough. Because normally if you make 2 subs at half time, like that's a big risk, because if you get one, you've only got 1 sub to last a full second half. Now if you make 2 or even 3 subs at half time, you still have 2 or 3 more to use through the game. You can effectively change half of your starting 11. Well, the keeper will hopefully stay on, so you can change half of the outfield team. So I think it's good. I think obviously we'll have to see how it goes. If you're losing 1-0 and there's 5 minutes to go and the other team that makes 5 substitutions, I think that'll be very upsetting to watch. But I think in overall, for the safety of the players, for reducing injuries and all that good stuff, I think this is the way to go. And then I guess to get onto the actual fixtures themselves, so I think at this point I might try and bring them up alongside me there. As I mentioned, Wednesday is when things all kick off. Man City versus Arsenal is obviously the big one, but also Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. Saturday, I've already got it wrong. It's Friday. Norwich versus Southampton, and then Spurs versus Man United. That is a game you want to be in the pub watching with your mates. Let's be honest. That is a big game. I think the best we can do, who knows? By the 19th of June, maybe there might be some new rules. Maybe we might be able to have parties in our own living rooms. If not, I think a lot of people might be moving the TV in the garden and doing some exercise with their mates in the garden while they watch the game, possibly. But we'll have to see. Saturday, Watford, Leicester, Brighton at Arsenal. Straight away, Arsenal have just played a game 3 days ago. So Brighton are the first ones to get it. Is it an advantage? Because it'll be their first game back, but maybe Arsenal might have gained a little bit of match fitness, or maybe they will have had a bit more time together as players in a match. West Ham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, and then Newcastle United, our first game back, Sheffield United at 2 o'clock on the Sunday. So that is obviously the first game that we had cancelled, and it is the first game back for us. It is on Sky Sports Pick. Does that mean it's on the free channel? I don't know. Is that what it means? Let me know down below. That could well be how it's shown. And then West Ham, then Aston Villa versus Chelsea, and Everton versus Liverpool. And you can actually see there, and that's not something that I've touched on, it has a little asterisk and says venue to be confirmed. And this is one other change that is potentially coming with the new Premier League, and that is the fact that we may be seeing some neutral venues. It's mainly revolving around poor old Liverpool, because it's looking like they may they are going to win the league. When they do it, who knows? I think it's that if Arsenal beats Man City and then Liverpool beat Everton, they can win the league that day, which is why they've put neutral. They haven't. They've put venue to be confirmed, but it basically means neutral venue, because they're worried about fans visiting the stadium. I kind of get it. The police, the Premier League are worried, but I also think you need to give the fans a little bit of credit as well. Having said that, who knows what might happen. Monday, Man City, Burnley. Tuesday, Leicester, Brighton. Spurs, West Ham. That's a good one. Wednesday, there's plenty of games on the Wednesday, and as you can see, there's a lot of games on at the same time. Man U versus Sheffield United, Newcastle versus Aston Villa, that'll be a fun one, I'm sure. Norwich versus Everton, Wolves versus Bournemouth, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Thursday, Burnley, Watford, Southampton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. That is a good one, definitely. And see, there's only one game on that day. It's all very strange, isn't it? The way it's kind of done. You've got bloody millions of games on a Wednesday night. And then one game on a Saturday at 12:30. Ah, I know why that is. Silly me. Okay, that is because I am looking at the Premier League fixtures when I should be looking at all of the fixtures, and that is because on the 27th of June, that is also the quarterfinals for the FA Cup. Sheffield United versus Arsenal, Norwich versus Man U, and then on the Sunday, you've got Leicester versus Chelsea and Newcastle versus Man City. And this is the thing, talking about neutral venues for the Liverpool games for them winning the league. You know, God forbid Newcastle might actually win something, and I mean, we're not going to, so I wouldn't worry about it. But the big thing for me was just the chance to go and watch Newcastle at Wembley. Semi-final, I mean, if we, again, God forbid we should get to the final or even win something, but for me, I was really hoping we might get through this game against Man City so that I could have that experience of going to a semi-final at Wembley for Newcastle. And if we somehow make it through this game, I'm not going to have that, which would be very sad. And, you know, and that's me getting to a semi-final. This isn't a Liverpool fan who's going to win the league for a first time in a very long time. So I do get all of it. It's all very strange. We'll continue on this one. Chelsea versus Burnley on the Monday. Tuesday, Brighton versus Man U. Sheffield United versus Tottenham. That could be quite a good one. Wednesday, the 1st of July, Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Again, this goes back to the neutral venue stuff. You know, if that's played at Bournemouth, we've got a right drive on our hands there. And are they going to want all the players in a team bus together? I very much doubt it. Are they going to want them on the train or a plane? Well, a plane would be ideal because Bournemouth is bloody miles away. If they all get 2 seats to themselves, they might keep in the 2-metre rule. Are they going to have them at a hotel the night before? Are they going to worry about that? I don't know. So I'm guessing all this is still to be worked out. Everton, Leicester, that's quite a good one. West Ham, Chelsea. And then the 2nd of July, Sheffield United, Spurs. And to finish it off, 8:15, Man City versus Liverpool. Again, venue to be confirmed. Presumably, if Liverpool have already won the league against Everton, if Arsenal do them a favour, then this one may not be in a to be confirmed venue. Who knows? But yeah, that is it. And obviously that isn't the full fixture. That is not 92 games. That is just what has been released so far. Like we normally see with the TV fixtures, they release them in segments because by a month's time, the bottom 3 might have changed, the top 4 might have changed, and they obviously want to put the most interesting games on at the best times. So they will see what happens for the first 2 to 3. The first, oh God, I mean, how long is that? That's only 2 weeks. Yeah, they'll see what happens in the first week, and then they'll probably announce the following week after that. So they're always like a week in lull or whatever. But there you go. As I say, there is a lot of football on. And again, in 2 weeks' time, maybe the rules might have changed. Maybe people can have friends over. And Newcastle fans, we can watch the game together. I mean, that's what's good about the internet as well. I've no doubt the Magpie guys and everyone, or who knows, will be doing live streams. So I'm looking forward to, I guess, trying to build up the community and stuff. I mean, again, as a Newcastle fan, there's so much crap going on behind the scenes at the minute with takeovers and Ashley and Matty Longstaff and all this kind of stuff. So God, I mean, I'd love for that to be sorted before this football gets underway again, because then that would be just the pinnacle of just happiness in terms of Newcastle United if something could ever get sorted. But instead we're dealing with a very messy world right now, and then on top of that, you've got to listen to Newcastle rumours every single day. But as I say, that's why there's something nice to look forward to, the football again. And my camera just ran out of memory, so thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video. Let me know which games you are most excited to see. I think the fact that Man City Arsenal on the Wednesday, followed by Spurs Man U on the Friday, is not bad at all. So yeah, excited to see the football back. Football on pretty much every day. So there's going to be a lot to watch and a lot more to talk about for the first time in a while as well. So yeah, as I say, drop a like, subscribe if you are new. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll catch you later.